take a look at markets here, not just on the day, but of course it's Friday. So let's take a look at what's going on the week. We have the Dow Jones down about 0.4%, worst week since March. The week ended March 10th, but it's not a big downdraft, right? Just 0.4% here. The S&P 500 similarly down about 0.5%, and the Nasdaq is down about 1%. That's just its worst week in about 2 weeks when it was also down about 1%. And then switching on over to some of the heat maps here, I want to get a recheck on some of the ones we were talking about before, and in particular Tesla. This is a really interesting one, right? Because earlier we were talking about it rising because after it has been cutting prices, announced overnight it was raising prices on some of its higher-end vehicles. Initially, the stock was higher, and now it's gone lower. Let's take a look at a two-day chart to show you with the earnings reaction yesterday. Well, it's still down 10% over the past few days, so it has not really seen a recovery, and we're seeing red pretty broadly now across the Nasdaq 100, with the notable exception of Amazon, which, as we talked about earlier, got some positive commentary out from JP Morgan, but even it has trimmed its advance for the day. So interesting to watch that there. I'm going to check on the lead board here. This is one that Jared likes to look at, that looks at sort of the sentiment leaders, if you will. So seeing in the green here today some of the biotech stocks, but then at the bottom of the pack, oh, this is an interesting one. We've got the CraneShares Trust China Internet ETF. That's the two-day chart here. If we look at the one-day chart, we see it down about 2.7%. So China Internet not doing well in today's session. Semiconductor stocks also getting hit today, which is another interesting, maybe leading indicator, especially going into technology earnings next week. Semi seen as leading broader tech because, well, lots of tech uses semiconductors.